Alright, in this video we're going to discuss the Unit 6B Quiz 2 review. We did this today, so let's go ahead and get started. First off, we have April has a credit card and she did not pay off her bill. So this problem here, you should know how to do this by now, but you're going to take 11, you're going to times it by 902. You're going to take 15, you're going to times it by 1,203. You're going to take 5, you're going to times it by 1,560. So it's going to look like the first would be 9922, then it will be 18,045, and then lastly for the third line 7,800. Now what I'm going to do is I want to add all this up, and so when I add all this up I get 35,767. Okay, now when I do that I'm going to divide this by 31, and the reason why I'm dividing it by 31 is because of 11, 15, and 5 adds up to 31. So when I get the answer, my answer ends up being $1,153.77. Okay. Now the next thing is find the finance charge. All right. So now the finance charge, in order to solve for that, you have to do two things. The first thing deals with the APR, which is 18%. Okay. So I've got to take 18% and convert it to the MPR. So I'm going to take 18%. I'm going to divide that, /divide, by 12. And when I do that, I get 1.5%. Okay. Then I'm going to take my average daily balance, which is $1,153.77. I'm going to times that by 0.015. And when I do that, I'm going to get my answer, which is $17.30. So the finance charge is $17.30. All right, next thing here is our previous balance. All right, so if you remember, the relationship between all this is I start right here, minus plus, plus equals my new balance, gives me this. Now this question is a sneaky question because it's actually two questions in one. You got to solve for X and then you got to actually solve for this thing. I don't know why I circled the minimum payment. I'm sorry. That should have been circled. Sorry, you're probably yelling at me on your phone. Minimum payment, we have no concern for that. So it's going to look like this in your calculator. 0 minus 950 plus 1,518 plus 0 equals, well, when you do it, $55.18. All right. Now, it says we have a credit card with a credit limit of $8,000. How much left? All right. So how much more can we spend? Well, she owes $55.18 now, so we're just going to do a simple subtraction from how much she could have. So when we do that, we get an answer of, she could spend, Amanda that is, if she wanted to, $7,944.82. Okay. Next one. All right, so solve for X. So again, this is nothing more than starting with my previous balance, which is 236.01 minus X plus 759.45 plus 15 plus 4.53 is equal to $943.90. Okay. Now from here, I'm just going to solve just like regular algebra by combining all my blank terms. Let me do that real quick. I don't have it with me. And the reason I'm doing this one because this is a little tricky. And so I get 1,050.99 minus X equals $943.90. Now, when I take my 1,050 and bring it over to the other side, I'm going to get a negative number. But it's okay because the rules of algebra state you have a negative X. So if you ever have a negative answer, then you just got to divide the negative out. So your answer ends up being 107.99. Now it says if the credit card has a credit limit of 15,000, how much credit? Now again, simple question. Don't get lost in it. New balance. That's how much I owe now. This is how much I could owe at the max. So I'm just going to subtract these two. 15,000 minus 943 90 cents, and I get an answer of 14,056.10. All right, so the following is a list of expenses Joe had. Now, a variable represents cost of things that go up and down. Fixed is where it stays the same from month to month. So this is probably the ones where you're going to have the most problems because we haven't really gone over it. This and, I'm sorry, $90 a month for car insurance, that never changes, nor does your car payment. But everything else, all this maintenance on a car, that changes. So all of these would be variable. These two will only be the fixed ones. If you have questions, let me know. But just on the interest of time, I'm just giving you the answers here. All right, credit card statement. Okay, there we go. Let's see if I can put this on the dual screen here. Actually, it's not a dual screen, is it? Oh, there it is. It's all right there. All right. So, let me get this off. All right. All right, so there's our account information, our account statement, and that's everything we got to solve for. First off, payments and credits. Payments. Let's see if I can highlight this. Let's see. There's a payment. There's a payment. There's a payment. I'm going to add those three up. Everything else that's not highlighted is a purchase. So I'm going to go ahead and knock out lines A and B right now. So line A, we have $450. Line B, we have, let's see, $502.99. All right, let's look at line C. Let's see. Line C is a finance charge. Oh, we can't do that yet. We can't do the finance charge because the first thing we got to do is find the average. Oh, there it is. Average daily balance. We don't know what he is. That's the NPR. But hey, we're given the APR. So just like question number one, I'm just going to take 24% and divide it by 12, which gives me 2%. Boom, there we go. That's easy. All right, to find our finance charge, you are going to, let's see, take your average daily balance, which is, I'll just write it right here because I can, 193.51, and I'm going to times that by 0.02 because that's what my NPR is. When I do that, let's see, what do I get? Oh, $3.87. All right, so now to find D, remember that's the whole equals plus plus plus. So that minus that plus that plus that plus that equals this guy. Remember, minimum payment, we don't care about that. When we do the math, we end up with $239.36. And then lastly, what is the available credit? So I'm just going to take 9,000 subtracted from that, and I get $8,760.64. Next. Tricia is interested in finding the cost per mile. What would be your... All right, so this, again, is something that we haven't really done in class. So I'm just going to go ahead and give you the how to do it. Her fixed costs are that. Her variable cost is that. And so we are going to add those two numbers up. So it's going to be 2890 plus 7,230. I'm going to get an answer, and I'm going to divide that answer by the number of miles, 28,612. If you have more questions, let me know. I'm sure you will, but again, in the interest of time, there's your answer, 35 cents a mile. All right, so Joe went to a used car lot. All right, so we found a base price of $10,250, but he adds 450 because there's tinted windows. But unfortunately, a lot of miles, we got to subtract 200. All right, so I'm going to figure that out. Let's see, off the top of my head, it looks like it's going to be a number I can't think of. Actually, I think I know what it is, but I'm not going to try. Yep, that's what I thought it was going to be. 10,500. And I'm going to times that number by the TAVT, which is 0.07. That's going to give me my tax. And then after I add the tax back to 10,500, I am then going to tack on the dock fee plus the title fee. There you go. So, and when I get my answer, I'm just put my answer in this format so it looks different. My answer is $11,389. All right, Stewart has $25,000 worth of property damage. All right, so deductible collision. All right, so let's see what happened. Which insurance covers the damage to the fence? Now, in class, I told you, when you get in a car accident, everybody else's stuff is property. So how much would the insurance pay for the fence? Let's see. The fence is $7,000. Well, they have a property. Let's see. The insurance says you got $25,000 that I'll cover. So anything less than that will cover it all. So $7,000 is what the insurance company is going to pay for the fence. Now, what insurance pays for his car? Now remember, Stewart is at fault here. So we are going to use his collision insurance because that's what pays for it. And he's got a $1,000 deductible. That means what you've got to pay first before before the insurance kicks in. So the original cost of the car is $3,600, but he's got to pay out his $1,000 deduction, which gives you the insurance will cover $2,600. I'm looking to sell a car. So this is a very open-ended question. Your answer just needs to be somewhere in this range here, somewhere in that range. What I did, I just added them all up and I just averaged them. So I got an answer of $533. That's what I got. All right, this is what we did today. All right, so Gina has had some bad luck with driving because everything has been Gina's fault. So 250, 50, 500. Remember, 250 is the amount per person, 500 is the max, 50 is property. Let's go ahead and do this, just like we did in class. Bus driver needs $260,000, but unfortunately, insurance company says, nope, I'm going to pay you $250 because that's my max here. But the bus driver still needs some money, so Gina's got to pony up the rest. So at this point in time, insurance company has paid out $250,000. Next is B. B needs $95,000. $95,000. Insurance company will pay all that because it's less than $250, which means Gina pays for nothing. So at this point in time, the insurance company has paid $345,000. C says I need $80,000 in medical bills, whatever. Insurance will pay all that. So now we're sitting at $425,000 payout. Remember, this side column is how much the insurance has paid so far, but you got to keep an eye on it because we don't want this to top out at, remember, we don't want it to top out at $500,000. All right, after $500,000, insurance pays no more. So let's see. B needs $50,000. I think we can do that. 0. Notice we're getting closer to $500,000. We're at $475,000. That means insurance is going to only have $25,000 before you hit $5,000. So E needs $30,000. Unfortunately, insurance is at $475,000, and the insurance is like, we're only going to pay up to $50,000. I'm sorry, $500,000. So we're just going to pay this guy $25,000, which means Gina has got to pay the additional $5,000. And at that point, insurance has topped out at $500,000. Now, notice the little stars here. The boyfriend and Gina, they were both in Gina's car, so that brings them as PIP. So Gina and the boyfriend will go under the $50,000. So again, $50,000 means that's what insurance is going to pay. So the boyfriend needs $40,000. Insurance will pay that under PIP, which means Gina pays for nothing. And then lastly, Gina has $1,000. We're still under the PIP. We're at nothing. So the total ends up being $41,000. Well, I don't know where I got that. I'm sorry. The total ends up being $541,000. That makes more sense. And then Gina will pay $15,000. So let's answer some questions. Now we're going to do the old dual screen here. All right, so let's answer some questions. How much will the insurance pay for everybody? Well, there we are, $541,000. $541,000. How much will Gina have to pay for everybody? Well, that's $15,000. All right, now here's the property. It's right here. Gina caused $2,000 worth of damage to the guardrail and $12,000 to the bus. Also her car. All right, so what we have is $14,000 for her property Oops, someone's at my door. All right, and then she also has $5,000 damage to her car. Now this is collision. Oh, I spelled it right. Good. All right, so how much will the insurance pay for all the property damage? Again, going back to this right here, see this 50,000? This represents how much the insurance company will pay max, which is 50,000, but we only need 14,000. How much will Gina have to pay for all of her property damage? 0. Now, how much will Gina have to pay to get her car fixed? She's got to pay the deductible. So her deductible, let's see, I know it's in here somewhere. Oh, it's over here. She has a $500 deductible, so that's $500 she's got to pay, which means the insurance will pay the rest, which is $4,500. Okay? All right, so Bob's check register, along with his bank statement. All right, so let's go ahead and knock this out pretty quickly. And this is pretty much it, so maybe I can do this fast. Deposit $750, that one. Deposit $750, that one. That was another $750, but it's not listed right here. All right, the withdrawal, which is $250. Where are you? $250. Oh, there you are, right there. Next is $800, right there. Remember, all I'm doing is just taking all this, and just checking them off. 55, right there. 206, right there. 90, right there. And then lastly, 150, where are you? Oh, way down here. There we go. Now, everything else that's not checked is what I'm going to be paying attention to. So, Julie Brown, Molly Brown, hair salon, and the deposit. All right, so let's see. That popped up, but it was nothing bad, so we're good. All right, so Bob's register balance, we were sitting at $559, and the reason I got that is because of this number right there, and I'm also going to use 157. And so, let's see. Next is 157. How many outstanding deposits? There was just one for a grand total of 750. How many outstanding withdrawals? There was a total of 3. There was 3 checks for a grand total of 350. Now, does the bank account reconcile? Well, let's see. Starting with the ending statement balance, which was 157, I'm going to add my outstanding deposit. I'm going to subtract my outstanding withdrawals. Does that equal 559? Question mark. The answer is no. It equaled 557. It does not equal. So that's a big fat no on the reconciliation. And how much is off? It's off $2. There you go. As promised, I made the review. I went kind of fast, so I'm hoping that that's not going to cause anybody issues. But anyway, there you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you very much.